morning and welcome to Morning Movie News. But this isn't just any morning. Today is the Dredd sequel day of action, September 18th, where there is a group organizing this massive outreach to get the attention of the Hollywood studios to make a sequel to the popular, cult hit Dredd film starring Karl Urban. So what can you do? Well, there is a petition you can sign, and I've put a link in the video description down below. But as we can see from the Ben Affleck or Batfleck phenomenon and that petition on change.org, Hollywood studios don't pay a lot of attention to petitions, but they do pay attention to cold, hard cash. And that's why today, the Dredd sequel day of action is asking you to take action by either purchasing a Dredd DVD or Blu-ray or renting the film on Amazon or Netflix or perhaps on iTunes as well. Purchasing it, you can also purchase it digitally. They just want to really get it up there in the numbers today to show that there is a huge fan base, that it's only grown since the film was released in theaters to disappointing box office results. Now, I was a very big fan of this film. It really caught me by surprise. I was very impressed with the job that Karl Urban did. And as I reported when the film came out, Karl Urban really wanted this role. He campaigned hard for it. He practiced very hard on his voice and to get across his character with just showing the lower half of his face. He never takes the mask off, and being true to form for the Judge Dredd character. And of course, right now, there are no plans to make a sequel because the film just wasn't successful enough. So I'm wondering, are you guys going to participate in the Dredd sequel day of action? Or, when I mentioned it during my review of the RoboCop trailer, are you one of the people who doesn't understand what the hype is all about? Do you agree with Hollywood that this isn't material that needs to be revisited? But I'm a big fan of it. I think it's great. That's why this news came out last week, actually. But I wanted to report it today so that it didn't slip your mind, because even myself, even with the best of intentions, as you know, you can get busy and caught up with your day. But now you know, right now, today, tonight, this afternoon, whenever you can, purchase Dredd or watch it, stream it online. So that's the first story of the day. Let's see what we can accomplish. The second story of the day is we're talking a lot about how do you become a director in Hollywood? How do you become a successful actor? Different career paths. And one writer, Ethan Cohen, who is making the leap to director from screenwriter, he's going to be doing that. He was the screenwriter on Men in Black 3, for instance. And you might think, why would he get moved up? That script was infamous for being reworked on at the last minute while they were shooting. I'm sure very little of what Ethan Cohen wrote even made it to the big screen. But nevertheless, he is getting the chance to upgrade from writer to director, which is one of the most common paths, by the way. Because I guess they feel that you're a good storyteller and you have the connections, and so they're giving him a shot. But I am less excited about Ethan Cohen moving up the ranks, but kudos to him, but more excited about the film that he'll be working on. It's a comedy called Get Hard. And it's going to star Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart. And I'm so excited for Kevin Hart that he's continuing to move up. I got the chance to interview him, at the premiere of Let Me Explain here in New York City. He was really nice, really down to earth, very personable, and I'm excited that he's through hard work and persistence, he is moving up the Hollywood ladder as well. And to go against opposite Will Ferrell, I think, is a really big step for him, and will introduce him to a whole new level of audiences, a whole new demographic. So I'm very excited about that. And the concept sounds phenomenal. Will Ferrell plays an investment banker who is wrongly convicted and is going to be sent to prison. So he enlists the help of Kevin Hart's character, who washes his car to get him ready for how to survive, give him tips to how to survive in prison. And I think that should be really great. I think a lot of Kevin Hart's humor will work very well there. Hart was one of the reasons that the recent Grudge Match trailer appealed to me. So I can't wait for this. I think this would be a hard film to ruin, even if you did write part of Men in Black 3. So that's the second story for the day. Do you believe in Kevin Hart? Are you excited? Are you familiar with his work? And if not, does this pique your interest finally? So that's the second story. The third story is award season. And a number of you have been asking me about 12 Years a Slave. And I had said that 12 Years a Slave was never going to get off the ground because The Butler was such a phenomenal film. But things are changing, because 12 Years a Slave won the Audience Award at the People's Choice Award at the Toronto International Film Festival. And while that doesn't make it a shoo-in for Best Picture, it pretty much makes it a shoo-in for some major nominations across the board. Silver Linings Playbook won last year, and that got a slew of nominations, almost in every category. And Jennifer Lawrence, of course, walked away with the win for the film. So 12 Years a Slave, that's a huge boost for it. As you'll see me discuss in Movie Math, which should be going up later today, I do feel that that really almost, torpedoes the Butler's chances at this point. And it brings up another interesting point, though, that's being addressed in the trades, that this award season is unlike any other, and that it is simply just too crowded. There's just too many different places to look. I've been watching a number of award season films lately. My reviews are going up, this week and next, because they're all coming out at the same time, and a lot of them are really good. And there just simply isn't room for all of them to get nominations, because in most areas except Best Picture, well, in all areas except Best Picture, there's only 5 spots. And so you're going to see these films start to cannibalize each other. And we're used to, this has been an ongoing building problem in the summer movie season, but I think this is the first time this has really happened during award season. I think that there's just a big glut, and most of these films are even independently produced. It's not even like the studios are doing this. But I think that there's just such a rush of content that I think you're going to see a lot of big losers, that are undeservedly so, just like you saw some big losers in the summer movie season. So I'm wondering what films you're rooting for, and what films that you're worried aren't going to be able to survive all the way to award season. And it's been a common tactic to bring your film out early to get some early buzz, like Fruitvale Station came out in the summer. But that's not even on the board at this point. It's been pushed off by so many other films. Toronto saw a huge push. We have the New York Film Festival coming up, which is another huge push of films. And then you're going to have even more films coming out closer to the holiday season. And also some blockbusters competing with them at the box office. You have Frozen, Hunger Games Catching Fire, obviously, and Thor. That makes for a very crowded movie season, and it might just be whatever is on people's minds at that point. And also, of course, as I've reported before, hyperbole is just running crazy. So you can't even trust what's being said by the media, because their heads are just being turned left and right, and I think palms are being greased, at least metaphorically. So those are the 3 stories of the day. Let's get to the viewer question. It's from Mr. _A. Hey Grace, nice episode. Thank you. But the idea of people wanting to see a Justice League movie, there have been a lot of shorts with Wonder Woman in it lately. Particularly on DC Nation. One I really liked was reimagining her with her invisible, Fast and Furious car. It was really cool. And kind of making it a little bit of an urban Wonder Woman, and I thought that was really well done. It says, but I'm waiting on the Wonder Woman movie. Many people are, and I believe it is long overdue. You have lots of company in that opinion. And it says, so the question is there any news? And what is your stance on introducing Wonder Woman? I have a lot. This is something that's being addressed in a lot of areas. I can't of course, cover every angle right here. It's been on my mind a lot lately, too. What would it take for a Wonder Woman movie to work? I've been thinking about it. I would have to say, I think Wonder Woman, it's so hard to cast the role. I think that's the biggest hurdle. There really isn't anybody that I think screams Wonder Woman. She'd have to be able to be on the same level as Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck. And say what you will about the jokes about Batfleck, he still has a certain degree of star power and a relationship with audiences. And I think it would be a disservice to the Wonder Woman character just to cast some ingenue, or some stunt casting. She needs to have the same, not only visually match them, but I think charisma and personality-wise has to match those 2 male characters as well. I'm very concerned that based on the casting I see coming out of Hollywood, that they would go skew very young with Wonder Woman. I think that Henry Cavill is around 30, and I think that Ben Affleck is around 40. So it would be great to get a Wonder Woman somewhere in her mid-30s, but I don't know if Hollywood has the guts to do that kind of casting. I think they're going to probably try and skew young 20s, which would make Wonder Woman, again, not an equal. I can't underscore how much I think she needs to be an equal. But I think my most controversial opinion about this is that a Wonder Woman movie needs to heavily feature Steve Trevor. I think that that's the only way you're going to get a large portion of the non-comic book reading male audience into theaters, which is crucial. And I think that they're doing a nice job. That's one of the few things I like about the New 52 is the reinvention of Steve Trevor and making him more of a character that can stand on his own. In fact, when the New 52 starts, he and Wonder Woman have broken up, and so they have a lot of tension as exes. So I really would like to see a Wonder Woman movie, but even more importantly, I want to see a Wonder Woman movie that is a success. I think for Wonder Woman to fail would just really be the final nail in the coffin of the female superhero film and the potential for one to exist. Maybe she needs to be introduced in the movie, another movie as well, just like they're introducing Ben Affleck as Batman. But I like the character. I think it has potential, but I really do feel that's the crucial elements, making sure that she is an equal to Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, and that, you know, you really find a really good Steve Trevor and you really weave that into the storyline as well, and build up a strong character there. So that's today's morning movie news. Write your thoughts down below, as well as any stories you'd like to see covered tomorrow and any questions you might have. Thanks for watching. Bye.